All righty, welcome everybody. I know everybody's pretty busy tonight, so we'll relax and let a few people check in, and we'll get rolling after that. Let's see. Come on. All righty, welcome. Chip and Charlotte Smith, Chris Call, Tommy Jeffries. Tommy Jeffries, I haven't talked to you in a while. Katie Winters, Dion Bean. TJ is here. All righty. Good to see you guys. Hey, give me a second. I'm going to go out. I've got to copy a link, and then I've got to share this on my page. And then, so if I'm distracted for about 45 seconds, I'll be back. What's up? What's happening, Megan? Megan Crampy and Trip Harrison. All right, give me just a second. Where was that at? Okay, here. All right, here. There we go. Copy that. All right, one thing down. Trip Harrison, Megan, Dean Crampy, Dion Bean, Richard Brown, Brian McGinnis, Tommy Jeffries. I don't know. I had to go back to my YouTube channel. I'll hit you up later. I'll try to drop a copy to my YouTube channel. I've got all that out there. Or you can rewatch the videos from Tour to Dirt Facebook page. They're both places. I talked about that extensively last week. So versus me having to go over it again, I'll briefly talk about it here in a bit, but I'll hit it lightly. But if you want all the details, go and check out my video from last week. Talked about it exclusively. Victor Cashins. Hi, Megan. Hey, Trip. Jetty Harrison's in the house, too. Ryan, Superfly Palamba. Diane's in the house, too. So probably sit next to each other with their phones. So word up, Buttercup. Back to you, Brian. Brian Albee, Phillip State, and yo. Ho, ho, ho. Yeah, that's right. So see here, get in the Christmas spirit. So, this is my only Christmas spirit thing that I do. So Paul McGinnis Kelly. Tunes, bro, you misspelled it. Okay, so you're gonna have to clue me in. I'm old. I don't have all the new lingo. I don't even know what tune means. All you young guys. Here, I need to go do one thing real quick. Hang tight, fellas and ladies. I've got to go share this on my page. There it is. Share this. Just share. Boom. Done. All right, cool. Oh man, I got a link in there. So a couple things there. I just shared the page on my page to my friends that aren't part of the whole Tour de Dirt thing can also see it. And you guys are crazy. And I just popped the link in there. An IMBA link to join OEF. Again, we talked about OEF a lot last week and our affiliation with them, and how we feel it's a pretty cool affiliation, and we're happy to be a part of it. And yeah, so anyway, so I dropped the link in there. IMBA, join OEF. I think we had one or two join right after the last meeting last week. So again, I urge everybody out there to check out that link. Go to, just Google Oklahoma Earth Bike Fellowship. If you're not sure, that'll get you to the webpage. Follow the links at the top to join OEF, which is actually joining IMBA, and, et cetera. So please go out and do that. Support your local trails. And yeah, so let me go back up here. I missed a few things in the process of doing a few check-in items. We're 5 in, and then I need to get rolling. So let's see. Very different daffers in the house. Sorry, Barry, I didn't see you check in. All chins are here, chins. Mr. Cordis, what's happening, Stephen? And then we've got Victor and Trip talking tunes and Shad. I'm not even sure. And I don't know, basically just said no one knows what it means. Just know that it came from Victor. I'll take you guys' word on it. Tommy, actually, you're quite your wording's incorrect, but the percentage is pretty close. And so find it hard to believe or not, but 90% of the revenue gathered from the Draper permits that you pay are available for reimbursement by OEF. OEF turns in reimbursement forms, follows the proper red tape procedure that I think they've all kind of got it figured out now. And if we pay our permits and there's revenue available, 90% of that is available for reimbursements. So yes, it actually does go back to OEF. Again, it doesn't just go directly into an account. It's not automatically available. It's on a reimbursement level. So 90% of what is taken in is available for reimbursement. Reimbursement has to be turned in by OEF. So yeah. All righty. GT. Jeremy Black, Darren Hall. What's happening, Jay Black? Hey, Jay Black, did you go to the Christmas light ride? So that's kind of why I was getting in costume here, So I didn't make the bike lab. So this is the first thing I wanted to say. I just wanted to give a shout out to all our bike lab crew. I'm sure they're hanging around, drinking and eating and snacking right now at the bike shop. They did their night ride tonight. I saw a video earlier, and I was out there last year, and it was super cool. So totally fun. I'm bummed to missed it, but I didn't get off early enough this week, and I didn't want to have to make a trip down and back again. So because I actually have to work tomorrow morning. So anyway, enough of that. I'll put my hat back on. So there you go. That's about all I can do. So anyway, shout out to Bike Lab. It's an old boulder. You're right, GT. GT says it's a nice boulder. So yeah, it's a leftover, kind of a reminder, maybe a possibility for upcoming February. Just saying. Yeah, you can sign up for Chili Bikes already. I don't know. Can you sign up? Is it online? I don't know. I guess you can if you say so. Your registered day up too. We'll talk about all that later. Billing with your double chin. Stephen Cordis. Albert Simon's in the house. Tammy Farrow. Josh Fraser. What's happening, Josh? Josh, you need to get at the lake, man. Come ride. Itchy Beans in the house. Jay Black. Me neither, bud. I'm still here, so I missed it too. I wore this last year, so I'm kind of getting in this spirit. So Chris Cooper's in the house. And Roy Pemberton. Alrighty. Thanks, Philip. Just keep that in mind, and that's the registration for Chili Bikes. So, alrighty. So I've already got. I totally skipped my welcome today. So, so obviously, I think I guess I don't even know why I really opened. You guys checking here for a reason. So, you guys probably know me. So. Corey the Wizard Weekly Wizard Update, December 17th, 2019. And topic list. I have a topic list. I've been writing this big, so I don't have to use my glasses, although their glasses are right here just in case. Okay, I did notice last week, for the first time of my episodes, I've done 3 now since I've come back. So finally last week the episode didn't start. When you post it up to YouTube with the video, there's like an opening picture that is the picture. That was the first one where I wasn't going like this. So apparently I talk with my hands a lot. And so both videos, the first 2 videos had me doing that. So luckily the third one last week I didn't. So let's see. Tommy, yeah, you were talking different things, bud. So I don't think they do, and I don't know why they would, and I don't know what trusting has to do with it. It's a matter of reimbursement, and that's it. So yeah, whatever. Jeremy Coleman, what's happening, brother? Hey, good to see you this weekend. Glad you and the fan came out and got to ride with you. Yeah, it was awesome. So look forward to seeing you guys come back. I saw that Jay Black. Jay Black says he got signed up for Wichita Challenge, rocking. I did as well. Luckily, it didn't fill up too quickly because I didn't register till about 6. In the past, it's filled up early, but it's kind of lost its luster a little bit, but it's still pretty popular. Kevin Wagner's in the house. You heard topless list. No, George, GT. No, topics list, not topless list. Sorry. Yeah, that was just me and my hick accent mumbling. So, Roy Pemberton, what's up? Talking about his e-bike. Nice. You are. Yeah. Hey, e-bikes are up. They serve a purpose. Alrighty. Topic list. I totally got sidetracked. I've already done number 1, my shout out to Bike Lab and the Christmas light ride. And, hopefully if you guys are checking in while you're enjoying your beverages after the ride and had a great ride tonight. So thumbs up. Going to talk about Kids Cup Team Challenge just briefly. Talked about it last week. Just want to do it again as a reminder, just to follow up. Then I want to talk about upcoming events, talk about number plates. I'm going to talk about the adult team challenge as well. And then I'm just going to do a real quick Steed update. So if we go long for whatever reason, then I will cut out one of the subjects towards the end and just carry it over for next week. So yeah. Al Notesville, what's happening? Ryan, you thought I said that too. So yeah, sorry, no topless topics. So I don't know. I'm gonna have to watch my speaking. Need to be more clear. Barry David's in the house. What's happening? Topic 1's done. Let's roll to topic 2. Kids Cup Team Challenge reminder. So I made an announcement last week. We talked about what we were going to do with Kids Cup, and we wanted to add a team challenge very similar to what we do with the adults. So we did that. Talked with the Kids Cup sponsors, Neighborhood Bicycles, Norman, Oklahoma, Chad Shanks, Sarah Shanks, and their crew, and our director Amy Bean, and we worked those out. And again, I still haven't fine-tuned everything, but in my mind, I've kind of got it all. I've got it all solidified. I just haven't put it in writing yet. I really need to do that, but I still have a little bit of time. But I'll probably need to do that here in the next couple of weeks. I'll do it over the break, most likely. Tomorrow's my last day, so I have a little bit of time off, and I'll be able to just sit and hack out some of the electronic stuff that I need to do that I've been putting off. And so basically, Kids Cup Team Challenge, same as the adults. The only difference being, let me just run down my list. That'd be easier than saying the only difference. Let me just run down my list and just kind of give it to you straight. So we'll give a couple races to figure this out. First of all, none of the teams have to be decided. None of that has to be all figured out before the series. We'll wait till probably like the second race of the season, and then we'll even allow a couple of changes, into the third race, possibly, the third race or so, if things progress like that. So, and I've got a zipper in these pants that just isn't on the side pocket. That's just not zipping. It's bugging me. There we go. So, I mean, we've got plenty of time. I'll have the forums and things like that posted up on the webpage, and we'll also make them available on both the Tier Dirt Facebook page as well as the Kids Cup Facebook page. I don't have those ready yet, but we'll make it fairly simple. It's basically just turning in a team roster, creating a team, and it doesn't matter. It could be any team. It doesn't have to be any of the standard teams, bike shop teams. It can be if you choose to. It can be, whatever you want. I think I'm going to set the maximum of the roster to be 10. There's really no need to. I mean, with the numbers of kids we have, probably you're not going to have more than 10 kids. If you do for whatever reason, then I'm sure we can make an exception, because honestly, the number of kids isn't significant except for just for me keeping track, because even though the maximum number on the roster can be 10, we only count the top 3 that are the top 3 scorers on your team. That goes towards the points for that particular race. So very similar to the way we do the adults, except we're only going to take the top 3. So what that does is that lets a very, very small number of teams. So if you've got a team of 3 kiddos that do really well, you can compete with a team that has all 10 kids. Just because we only count the top 3. So it means you have to be more consistent. You don't have any room for missing or DNFing or anything like that. But still, anyway, I just think it's a good idea. I think it's a way to not only build individual emphasis, but it's also a way to let the kids already start building that team mentality, which I feel is very important. And I think that's a big part of the Tour de Dirt. We all race individually, but we all have our own teams. And then I also think that there's kind of like a Tour de Dirt team. So while we all kind of segregate into our own teams to do our own thing initially, you find that as a whole, we are a team and we all hang out, and how many beers do I still out of Fat Tire's tent, and and things of that nature, right? So we're all a big team, even though we have our own separate personal shops that a lot of us ride for. But so I think that's important. I think we all enjoy that. I think we all like that. I think that's the draw for me personally, is the team aspect and the group aspect and being around everybody. So I think that we want to start trying to instill that in some of our kiddos. So I think if being on a team and working as a team to get this really cool trophy at the very end, and and we don't have a trophy yet for them, but I'll sit down with a few of my friends and we'll make something really, really gnarly and cool that's, and hopefully we can make it pretty big, so it'll be like almost as big as some of these kiddos, which will be awesome. Stand up there beside a trophy that's almost as tall as they are, which I think would be great. And so it gives them something to race for, besides just racing in their individual event, and it lets them be a part of something. And so I think it's a good deal, and I hope we just keep rolling with that. So, all right, any questions about that? Holler at me and I'll point you in the right direction. Let me scroll back up. I saw quite a few people popping in, and so Alan, you better get ready to get back in the saddle. I'm gonna see you riding some bikes. Paul Baird, what's happening, Paul? Uh-oh. No. So they're talking about, we're still talking about Topless Wizard. I swear I didn't say that, but I'm going to have to go back and review the tape afterwards to find out. But I think it was probably just me mumbling, but I very well could have said that. So Jay Black says if he gets too far into the still house, which I have peach tea whiskey this time, so I haven't touched it yet, but we're just kind of getting lightly into it. Of course, I've got my Walking Dead wine, so I killed the box wine last night, so I had to go to my backup bottle. It was like $4, so it was awesome. So I don't know if you can see that, but it's like Walking Dead, zombies. Great. I didn't even know there was a such thing. Amy Bean told me apparently there was an app. I tried to download it, but all it did was blink on my phone, so I deleted it. Nick Blades is in the house. What's happening, Nick? Nick was probably at the light ride tonight. Lauren McCarty, Kevin Snyder. Thanks, Jeremy. Jeremy Coleman says that's awesome. I think he's probably talking about the Kids Cup stuff that I just announced. So, Joshua Potts, what's happening? Miss you guys, man. We're gonna have to link up. I haven't seen my Kansas crew in a long time, so need to see you guys. Samantha Walker, what's happening? Welcome. Philip Staten, Team TDD. There you go. That's right, brother. I agree, Philip. Philip Staten says Team TDD. You got it, man. That's one of the biggest reasons I started digging this whole thing was just the whole atmosphere. And while while we all have our own teams and groups, we're like just a big group themselves. So, Drew Hartling, welcome. Scott Bozone, what's happening? Paul Barrett says, Mr. Wiz, back at you, Paul. I miss you guys. We need to get you back out on the mountain bike. All the Hartlings are here, rocking. Paul says no one needs to see that. Paul, trust me. I may take this sweater off in a minute when I get hot, but I've got a Bike Lab shirt underneath here, so we're not going there. Oh, goodness. This is a crew that I hang out with. Yeah, so this is a crew that I hang out with. Richie Bean says, in talking about the Kids Cup, says, I love it. Hopefully it encourages some of these parents to bring these kiddos with them when they're racing, make it a family event. Absolutely, Richie. And I think a lot of our parents already do that, but it's just really hard when you get some of these parents and they're not into racing and they got to bring their kiddos out for a little race and doesn't last very long, and then they don't want to hang around. So hopefully it's just one other thing to draw them in and let them realize that it's a whole day event, and even if they're not participating, it's a fun event and it's a fun thing for the kids to be involved in and the parents to be involved in. So, I have to admit, I love racing and I've been racing forever, but last year when I was injured, I missed half the season, and I thought it would be a real struggle, but honestly, it was kind of enjoyable because then I didn't have to worry about racing. I got to hang out all day. I had to do a little bit of work with the plates and so and stuff like that, but it was really kind of nice. It was kind of nice to just be able to hang out all day and talk to everybody, and that's what's cool about our events. So yeah, Scott Jensen joined, Cody Pollard, Quincy Simon's in the house, another one of our Kansas crew. Nick said no light ride. Santa visited the Cub Scouts. I got you, Nick. No worries. I skipped too. I'm here, obviously. So for sure, Philip, man. Philip Staten says, replying to Richie, says, hoping to get his 10-year-old involved. Absolutely, brother. What's really cool is you'll find, and I think you already know this, Philip, and my kids are grown now, but believe it or not, I've still got pictures of my kids when they were doing Kids Cup when they were little. And I was really just me and the kids at the races. Mom didn't come, and then I was divorced from their mom years ago, 15 plus years ago. So I would bring the boys to the race, and you don't have to worry about. Obviously, you can't leave your 1-year-old running around, but my kids are 5, 6. But I could still go race and not worry about it because there were so many people there and so many friends and so many groups. It was like, there's like 50 moms to watch your boys, So you don't have to worry about it. It's a safe environment, About the only thing I ever had to worry about was how many hot dogs they were stealing from somebody's tent and things like that. But it's just such a cool environment and so easy to still participate and have your kids there. It's great. Josh Potts says you have 2 weeks off next week, brother. I'm off tomorrow, so bring it, brother. You just call me. We'll make it happen. You need to come up here and you need to come ride my new trail. We'll talk about it in a minute. Alrighty, Dave Herrera's in the house. Scott Moore, what's happening? Scott Moore, where are you at? man, every time I see your post, you're off somewhere building some trail for, some crazy project on machines and stuff like that. Yeah, Josh Potts says, I brought Jaden alone at 6 years old and had no concerns. That's exactly it. It's just because it's such a tight environment and such a tight group, you meet friends and it's like, you don't have to ask someone to watch their kid, your kid, because they want to, especially when they're all like, cute and, they're also fun. And so it's like, I mean, you have built-in moms and dads to watch the ball. So it's great. It's great. Jeremy Coleman says, you and JB are headed to Steed again, Jeremy, huh? Thumbs up. What time you guys headed out? Let me know that. And Katie Winter says, thank you, everyone. It looks after mine. Yeah, so, we were talking. So this goes back to just kind of, Katie joked about this last week when I was talking about the Kids Cup team, and that is that it doesn't have to be teams. It doesn't have to be Bike One, Team Phoenix, Bike Lab, Fat Tire. No, it could be, the Winners crew for Katie Winters, because, she's got enough to meet the minimum. Plus, so she could have her own team. And that's what I'm talking about. It doesn't have to be, it could just be, a few kids and a few parents that are friends and they want to form a team. It can be a formal Fat Tire. It can be a formal, it could be anybody. You just need to have a roster. And again, and just like all the Kids Cup stuff, this is all free. So yeah. Katie says, my boys are terrorists, but cute. True enough. Hey, it stuff happens. It happens. So. Yeah, for sure. Richie says Amy brought Indy when she was 3 days old. So, yep, true enough. Damn it, Jeremy Coleman. You're going to make me do math, dude. That's like, what, 145? Yeah, I can do that. Man. I'll think about it. I don't know. I may just cut out work noon tomorrow. I bet I have comp time. I'll check my office tomorrow morning. I just take comp time. I just leave work tomorrow at noon. I can go meet you guys. Stephen Cordes tells Jeremy Coleman to get a job. I don't know. I think Coleman jumps out of airplanes and shit like that. So I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna tell him to get a job. So I think he does crazy stuff. Thanks, Ryan. Ryan Paloma says, I love the Kids Cup ideas. So Hannah Bagaski checked in. What's happening, Hannah? Hannah, another bike labber. Did you make the Christmas light ride in the village tonight? All the rest of us skipped it. So I'm sorry. I feel bad for missing, but I just couldn't get there. So, all right, man. I think I'm gonna have to skip one of my topics at the end because we're 28 minutes in and I still got several to do. Let's go. Upcoming events. Let's get through this guy here. Damn, I wrote this one small. I'm gonna have to get my glasses. I can't see this one. There we go. All right, so you had Hannah had to work. Oh, bummer. Man, we're like all the Bike Lab people that checked in here. We're all over. I feel bad. So we're gonna have to all make it up to the Bike Lab crew since we all skipped the Christmas light. But they had a good turnout, so that was good. I saw the video that Jeremy Collins posted. So December 21st. That's the next thing I have on my calendar. Again, you guys chime in if there's things that you guys are looking at and you have on your mind, on your schedule. Throw it out here. When I do upcoming events, I just basically look at the event calendar and things, and I look at the things that I'm interested in that me and my team and the people in my space are going to possibly attend. Some of the things I don't attend, I just want to throw them out there because they're kind of still in my wheelhouse, and and we'll go from there. So, like, again, you guys toss things out. So Philip, looking forward to a Wizard update from a bar like back in the day. Hey, Philip, that may be coming next week, so I've got to look and see what next Tuesday is. I haven't really thought that far ahead, honestly. I need to. I just haven't gotten that far, but I'm off work, so this depends on. I haven't even looked when Christmas falls yet. I don't know. So, yeah. So we'll see what happens next Tuesday. But I'm open. I'm open until January the 1st. So, yeah, Jay Black, I got that one on my list, brother. So I'll talk that one. Brent White's in the house, and Karina's in the house now. Jeremy Coleman joined earlier. Karina's joined just now. So what's happening, guys? Got to ride with Karina and her kiddo as well too. Man, little dude, just killing it. It's crazy. Weighs about 40 pounds, and he did a drop that I've been pussing out on for 20 years. So I'm gonna have to go ride the thing now. So. John Farrow, what's happening? Alrighty, let me get back to it. December 21st, the ride of the winter solstice. Solstice. That's a tough one for me. I haven't even really been drinking that much. 2019 AD. This is from our crazy crew team warm up. Hopefully, we'll have beers flowing. We'll have the big if the wind holds, we'll have the big blow up pub. I think there is also too. Man, I've got to go get registered. I think they're doing a giveaway. No, which one is it? That may not be it. No, that's not it. I'm thinking of the one that Jeremy posted. So I'm gonna hold off on that statement. So yeah. So December 21st. It's just a fun ride. Go out, ride some T-Bird at night. Get crazy. Drink some beers, hang out in the pub. More importantly, we get to come back when it's all over. And naturally, there's going to, I mean, like I've already mentioned, there's going to be some good beers flowing. But the Windrixes are going to do their awesome pretzel dogs. This has kind of become a thing. And they have different flavors, different varieties, and they are delish. So if you come for anything, come for the pretzel dogs and the cool blow up pub. So super fun, super chill. It's not a race. It's just an event, but it's awesome. So come do it. Come do it. And again, that's it. T-Bird, for those of you that, I mean, I think most of all you guys know that, but I know that there's a few that have checked in here that are not, kind of not in crowd and not updated with all the events. So that is a Lake Thunderbird in Norman event with our team warm up crew. We're going to follow that up January 1st. And January 1st is the 6th. I can't believe it's 6 now. It's great that you guys have been out there. January 1's 6th annual commitment ride. And this is our crew out at St. Crispin's Conference Center. Mike and Joanne Roberts, both ride athletic. I mean, we've just known they've been part of the mountain bike scene and crew for a long time. I'm not sure how long. It seems like forever, but I've been doing it for a long time. So, and I've known these guys for a while. They run St. Crispin's, and they have an awesome trail out there. One of my favorite trails in the state, actually. And they've been doing this for 6 years now. So, come January 1, get your commitment ride on, and cold or no, bring it. We'll just go ride. And again, it's a ride. It's not a race, but it's fun. And you get a great mix of people, good camaraderie, and get to go experience a pretty cool trail. So, yep. January 11th. Still tossing this one around. This is one that we did last year. This is the January 11th Watchta Gravel Grinder. Sham Productions, Sham Crew. And this is, I think, in Jessieville. That's where this was at. And this ended up being a really, really cool race. It was actually super cold. It rained on us all day. Crazy, though. It was not really, I mean, you warmed up. You were fine. It wasn't muddy. It was just wet because the course was just the way the rock was and the way the gravel was. It held fine. So you get rooster tails. The only problem was being able to see. I was only able to wear glasses for about 10 of the 70 or 80. I think it was an 81-mile race. And then I had to just put my glasses in my pocket and eat dirt for, you know, for, I don't know what, 5 hours. So yeah, Jay Black, I saw you already registered for that one. I haven't registered yet. So I've got like 3 things on my radar right now that I've got to get registered for, and I just didn't do it. So so that was a good one. We did that. I really enjoyed that race. So I'm probably going to go back for that one. I know we've got about 4 or 5 Bike Lab people. Not too many others. I think I saw a few Fat Tire guys out there just when I was looking through the registration list. Most of them Arkansas guys. So if you want a good gravel event, regardless of the conditions, because last year was probably about as bad as it's going to get, and it wasn't all that bad. It ended up being a really, really awesome event. I even got a shot of bourbon and some bacon at the halfway point. So, you know, can't beat that. Hunter Farrington joined. Jace Hargrove. What's happening, Jace? Lisa Norris is in the house. Joanne Roberts. Hey, Joanne, I was just talking about you and Mike and St. Crispin's and the commitment ride. So thumbs up. Hopefully a lot will be there. James Daniels in the house. What's happening, James? Glad to see you checking in. Tom Ugleen. Tom's one of our officials. Been doing officiating for us for a while. Tom's awesome. Tom is responsible for all the scoring and all the timing and does all that stuff, so I don't have to think about it. Just great. January 19th is the next on the list. This is the Mike Schmidt Mystery Endurance Ride. So again, another one of our crazy team warm-up events. Every year they come up with something new, some new take on it, some new thing. Basically, they have an endurance race. I say a marathon. It could be a marathon / an endurance race. It's considered an endurance race, I guess, if it's based on time. It's a marathon race if it's based on distance. But still, it's a marathon race. I mean, that's kind of the time frame. I don't know. It's a confusing distinction for newbies. I'm just kind of used to it. It's a long race. It's an endurance race. So this year every year they have a new take on it, we ride a different distance, a different time, and it's always something cool and fun and comical because, our team warm-up guys are funny and, you got to roll with their sense of humor. And so this year it's a mystery endurance race. We don't know. So it's for Mike Schmidt, a good friend of many. Been gone for a while, and really close with their crew, and so they want to do a memorial little ride for him, and it's going to be fun. It is an event. It is going to be a race, but it's going to be interesting as we don't know what it's going to be. It could be a 4-hour race, could be 6-hour race, could be a 5.5-hour race, it could be a 4-hour and 19-minute race, 5-hour and 27-minute race. We don't know. So I don't know. I think that's fun. That's interesting. It's a new take. Don't know what to expect. So hey, I think we got to go do it. So January 19th, put that on your calendar. February 1. So this came up on my calendar about 3 or 4 years ago, and honestly, just didn't really know what to think about it. It was in Shawnee, just a gravel race, gravel growler. Gravel was getting popular, and it got some good pub, some good height. You know, I started seeing stuff from Spunklahoma and this guy named Craig McIntyre. And I was like, man, that just looks like they're having fun. Looks like they're, you know, they're doing some fun stuff. And I was like, I just need to go check that out. And so we took, I don't know, several of us went down and from Bike Lab and did that. And there was quite a few people from Oklahoma that did it, but I just know we had a big crew down there. And it was great. It's a really cool event, well run. It's you're starting out from downtown. You're hitting some really cool. They've got some really cool roads, and I think they've even got some new stuff this year. They come up with new stuff every year. Just the setup downtown with the way they have the venue and everything, it's really neat. And Craig does a great job hanging out afterwards and just chilling and, you know, having a few cold beers and talking. And it's just a really, really cool event. And we're going to have some super stud pros there, men and women. So, you know, they're even bringing the power this year. So it's going to be pretty cool. Well, I've already registered, so I'll be there. I think they've got some different distances this year, so check that out and see. W. Glean checked in as well. John Vidito, what's happening? As well as Jerry Puckett. Welcome. Let's see, I've got two more items. February 1. No, sorry, I just said that. I've only got one more. February 16th. And this is Chili Bike. And I believe somewhere's up there is a link to the registration. And Philip Staten was talking about it, and I think he posted a link to the Chili Bike. So Chili Bike is just a ride. I think I'm not sure where the money goes for, but they send the money back to the trail or the people involved in the trail. So, but it's a t-shirt ride. The goal is there's 4 trails. There is a connector in between that runs across the dam. The goal is to do all 4 trails. If you do 1 trail, you get a certain color t-shirt. If you do 2 trails, you get a certain color t-shirt. 3 trails, 4 trails. And a connector, you get a different color. So I think the goal is to get a gold. I think it's gold. I've got a few in my closet, but then I don't really. The last few times I've done it, I just don't get the t-shirt because I just do it to do it. So I skipped last year because the weather was bad. They ran it rain or shine, and not that I'm opposed to riding in the mud. I just didn't particularly want to, and not for a t-shirt ride. And I'm not too worried about my bike, but also I just don't want to get hurt. So riding in the mud sometimes is a possibility for injury for me, my knee. So yeah. So I think Jody just posted the link to it. So yeah. It was black last year. It was black for doing everything. Okay. I didn't know. I know they've changed the color up over the last, a little bit. So it was black for all and blue for anything. Oh, so they only did 2. That's probably a smarter move, honestly, because I think they were losing money before trying to do 4 colors, which is what they did in the past. There's no way keep up with all that. I think they were having to take orders and stuff. And so, of course, when you're paying $35-$40 for a t-shirt ride and you have 500 people show up, which is what they usually have, then they can afford it. So, and Jay Black says it's a good warm up for land run. He was referring to the Watchita gravel grinder out at Jessieville. Absolutely. Usually we kind of like to lean into things a little bit, but this is early, that Watchita gravel grinder. I mean, it is, like I said, it's January 11th, and I didn't even look. Honestly, I just registered for it. I didn't even look at the distance. I should have. But if it's anything like last year was 81 miles. So right out of the gate, or that's early to be riding, doing a race at 81 miles. So, but we did it last year and didn't have any. I didn't have too many issues. I felt okay. I think a few of our teams suffered a little bit, but I was in a little different fitness level last year because of my training. So I was kind of coming on form about that time of year last year. I don't know. We'll see where I'm at then. So I don't know how much form weed eating gets you in. I've been doing a lot of that. So. Ryan Columbus says chili bike is awesome, especially the Cuban's chili. Yeah, they have some good chili there. We usually miss it because by the time we get done, there's not too much left. So, yeah, it's hard. So yeah, I'd like to fit that one in, weather permitting. That's always a fun event. It's fun to go out and ride with a group and just ride. Don't like to race that. Just like to go out and ride and hang out and stop in between trails. And I think one year I carried a Chick-fil-A sandwich in my backpack and stopped in the middle and had a Chick-fil-A sandwich. So, stuff like that. So that's all I got on my list. I mean, there's more stuff. We got some crazy stuff in February, but obviously the next one in February is going to be Tour de Dirt. So, Daniel Emmons, what's happening, brother? Brad Eaton checked in too. What's happening, guys? So those are the upcoming events that I have. And like I said, there's probably others out there, but those are the kind of the things in my wheelhouse. So we are 46 minutes in. I am probably going to just go ahead and cover the next topic and then finish up with a Steed update. The adult team challenge, which is very similar to the Kids Cup challenge, I'm probably just going to skip for the evening, and I'll pick that up next week. So that way I don't hold you guys too long. And that way we'll probably finish this up right about an hour, maybe a smidgen under. So yeah, thumbs up for sure, Jeremy Coleman. Jeremy Coleman says it's going to be a great season. So we have to look out for you guys because that team base camp, you guys are going to have a solid team when you get your team lit up there. Sorry about that. I want to make sure I don't want to spill. So, all righty, number plates. I just like to explain this every year, and people still get a little confused about it. So I just always like to explain it. It's kind of, standard operating procedure for me, but it's not for everybody. I've just been dealing with this. I've been doing this a long time, so. That's one of the things that I've talked about when I talked with a lot of my friends that have been racing as long as me, and that is that we just kind of assume, which is wrong, that people kind of know what's going on and they know the things that we know, and I mean it's really a dumb assumption because so many of you guys are new, and some of you have been racing for 4 and 5 years. Honestly, that's still new for me. It really is. I didn't really know much about the intricacies of racing in the Tour de Dirt for 7, 8, 9 years. And now, granted, the information available back then was a lot different. It's a lot more available now. I like to think that I make it more available just since I've started running things 5 years ago. Also, social media makes it a lot easier. But regardless, it's all about just getting information out to you guys and explaining things and me not making dumb assumptions. And so that's been one of the, I guess, the eye-opening things, and also kind of one of the nice things. In addition to one of the things that I've been trying to do with kind of my life, I still want to race. I'm still a racer. I'm no spring chicken, but I can still turn a crank pretty good. But I'm no pro, never will be, never was. I really probably didn't have that capability. Maybe if I started when I was about 10, but I have some things to share. And so that's kind of the direction that I like to go. I still want to race. I still want to do well, but I want to share and provide information and make the transition into cycling, mountain biking specifically, gravel specifically, whatever discipline you want. I do them all, so I can help you make that transition easier, seamless, less scary, And so I do that by trying to provide information and providing people other than myself to provide that information if necessary. So with that, number plates. We require number plates to do scoring. Our officials record your number as you come through on laps, as you start, as you finish, and that is how we identify you. Pretty simple. We have color codings to make it even easier. We use red, blue, and green. Red is for our Cat 1s, blue is Cat 2s, and the green is Cat 3s. So that's just a real easy way to look visually real quickly and see what category you are. Now, obviously, that doesn't tell us, you could be racing an open category. You could be racing, in different age groups. Could be racing juniors, things like that. But the color just tells us the category 1, 2, or 3. So that's a real easy way. And then we have different number groupings for each. We kind of change that up each year, I think. Desiree typically handles that all for me. She orders all the number plates. We do new number plates each year. Couple reasons. One, in case we possibly have new sponsors, we like to make sure that we have the new sponsor logos on the plates. So always take a look at those sponsors, and we like to show those for every race. In addition, the plate sells, which are $5 a piece, and they are good for the whole year. Last year's plates do not work. You have to buy new plates every season. So last year's plates were last season. You'll buy a plate beginning with the first race, and that will be good throughout the whole Tour de Dirt 2020 season. If you lose that plate, you can just have to buy a new one. In the past, we tried to make temp plates, and honestly, it just got to be such a hassle, and we just quit doing it last year. So if you lose a plate, forget a plate. It's $5. We all spend $5 on much lesser things. So we stop at a convenience store and spend $5. So you can spend $5 to buy a new plate. So I keep mine in a bucket that always goes with me at all my races. It has a variety of different gear. I have a tool bag, I have a bike bucket, and then I have a clothing bag, and then I have a cycling clothing bag. Those are all the things that go with me to every race. I keep them all. Honestly, I never unpack them. Well, I unpack my clothing bag because that's like my regular clothes, that I wear. But my cycling stuff, honestly, I don't ever unpack it. I take a few things out and set it in my corner over here because it's my daily use stuff. And then my Garmin and my Garmin charger and my heart rate strap is on my TV stand in front of me that you can't see because I'm looking at it. But those are all I grab those, dump those in a certain canvas bag. It's just procedure. So I have a plan, I have a procedure, and I recommend you develop that as well too. And then that way you don't have to worry about forgetting your number plate, things like that. So anyway, where was I going with that? Let's see. If, perchance, you upgrade during the season, which you're allowed to do. You're allowed to do it anytime. You can do it if you do it before the halfway point of the season. You can carry your points up, minus the bonus points, into your new category. And if you cat up, you can also you have to get a new plate because you're moving into a new category. We will do that for free. Upgrades are free. Upgrade plates are free. Actually, your upgrade is free. I mean, you just have to apply for it through USA Cycling, and they will process it and make it happen. A parallel change is not free. So we have a lot of people, like myself included. I often race between single speed and age group. So if I do that, that's not an upgrade or up or down. That's parallel. That's even. So I would have to. I would have to purchase a second plate. If I were, like, I raced age group all year, and then at Turkey I raced single speed. So I had to get a new plate for Turkey. And you could do the same thing for between age group and 60 plus, age group and Clydesdale, things like that. There's a few situations like that where you can do that. So if it's half and half, or I'm sorry, if it's parallel and not an upgrade, so to speak, then you have to pay for the new plate. Again, only $5. And just for the record, that money, all the money that you spend on plates, that goes directly to Tour de Dirt. That's why we sell those plates, honestly. Between sponsors, the plate money, and the fees that our promoters pay us per rider, each race pays Tour de Dirt a certain fee, $2 a rider. All of that money is used for you guys. I mean, we keep a little bit for carryover, just for supplies and things that we try to provide for you guys, but it all goes back into the tour. It doesn't go to anybody. Majority of that, I would say 80% of all the money that we take in through plates, through sponsorship, through rider fees, all goes to payouts, jerseys, and trophies at the end of the year. I mean, we dump, we pay two grand ish for jerseys, championship jerseys. I go to the bank every year for payouts and walk out of there with like about $5,000 in a bag, which is kind of nerve-wracking. And on top of that, we also usually have some other awards that cost another $500, $600, $700, $800, $900, things of that nature. So all of those things go back to you guys. So that's what you're paying for when you pay for those. I mean, just if you're ever wondering, that's where that money goes. That's what that $5 is for. All righty, we have a few join. Pat and Bryce, Buster Brown, John Bauman, Ray, our favorite, Christopher Trammell, John Chenault, Alan Oatsville, sweet stem caps. Hey, Alan, I give all the credit for Desiree on that one. So that was totally her call. We were tossing things back and forth and couldn't come up with something. And I don't know how she stumbled across that, but dude, it was a super cool idea. So it's kind of taken off, from the same thing that, the fast, fastest, or fast, faster, fastest, that we started just kind of with the hashtag thing. So it's great. I think that was cool, but that's all Desiree. So, yeah, so cool. Glad you enjoyed the stem caps. Mine's on my bike as well too. Definitely not fastest after Jason whooped my ass all year. So, Ryan Paloma says seasonal upgrade, not an individual race. Ryan, correct. You can't upgrade an individual race. I mean, there are technically some ways around that, but it's kind of frowned upon. But no, it would be if you're, let's say that you're racing Cat 3 and, you're new or whatever, and you come out and you just annihilate the field for like 3 straight races, and you're like, wow, I need to be a Cat 2. You can apply for your upgrade, move to Cat 2 for your 4th race. You'll get your upgrade through USAC. That's not a problem. If not, we can help push that through. You'll get a free plate that's now the blue plate for the Cat 2, and then you'll go race Cat 2. I'll carry your points up. Now, not all your points. I'll only carry the base points. So, like, if you win a race, you're going to get 60 points plus the number of racers that were in it. So let's say that you win a race with 10 racers. That would be 70 points. You don't get 70 points carried up to the next category. You get the 60. So you get to move up with a lot of points, but you only carry the base points. So, but that would be a permanent move, not a one-time deal. So, yeah. Jeremy says you need security. I know, right? For sure. Yeah, walking out of a bank with $5,000 is like, I mean, I guess people do it all the time, but it's kind of weird for me. I usually don't carry that much. So, I don't even have that much. Dean Gracie, what's happening? Alrighty, so let's see if there's anything else there. That's pretty much it about, yeah, I think that's pretty much it about the plates. So we'll have a different design this year, and Desiree, hopefully, again, Des helps me order that stuff, so we'll probably get that done. One thing I always forget to mention, and there are several of you with kids racing, so if you're racing Kids Cup, the Kids Cup plates are free. Now, a lot of the kids race up and race into the Cat 3s. Even some of the Kids Cup age group, like, we get some of those 10, 11, 12-year-olds that want to race up in the junior Cat 3 category. Now, if they race up in the junior Cat 3 category, they have to have a Category 3 plate. So you'll still get your free Kids Cup plate, but you'll also have to pay your $5 to get a plate for them to race Cat 3. So that is something that does happen. Dave Isbell, what's happening? Alrighty, we're at 1 hour. I've got I'm skipping my middle topic. I'm going to go straight to my last one. So the team challenge for the adults I'm going to talk about next week. And I'm going to go straight to just a real quick update on Steed, and then I'm going to get out of here. And I'll let you guys ask me any questions, and then as soon as I finish this Steed update, I'll go back and look for questions, and I'll answer anything, and then we'll finish up, get out of here, and I'll see you guys next week for sure. So, Jeremy, I'll answer that question here in just a minute. Good question, and I have an answer for it. Steed update. It is ready to go. I still have some fine tuning to do. Dave Isbell, what's happening? What's going on, man? Haven't seen you in a while. Steed is open. My son came out and helped me Saturday. We knocked out the 2 remaining sections that needed to be weed-eated. Sunday morning, I got up early and froze my butt off because it was cold Sunday. I knocked out about an hour's worth of work to finish up one section that I didn't like. And I got it cleaned up and remarked. And then I went out and I rode for 3.5 hours with the Medicine Park crew. Jeremy was there, and Karina and JB and Mark and Emil and Alan. So we had a pretty big crew come down and got some good riding in. So I do want to just throw some things out about Steed. I think I still have this pasted, copied. Hang on, let me see if I can paste this. Dang it, I don't have it. I gotta go get it again. I'll get it in a minute. I'll get it while we're talking. There is a 5-mile section, which is the main west loop. And that is what we are going to race. I'm copying and pasting from another tab if you wonder why I'm looking around and not looking at the camera anymore. And I'm back. Let me paste this in here. There we go. Boom. Karen Christensen, Marty Carr joined. What's happening, guys? Karen, did you make the Christmas light ride tonight? See if we're going to get a 1 for her. So far, we're 0 for on all the Bike Lab crew that checked into my my live show tonight. We're all 0 for on making for the light ride tonight. See if Karen outdid us all. I just posted a link. So I don't have so Steed is a 7-mile loop. It's kind of in a figure 8. And I call it. There's an east side that's 2 miles. There's the west side that's 5 miles. My goal is to get the west side open because that's the only part that we're going to race. The reason we're only going to do that part. Oh, Karen, we're all over. There's like 6 of us on here, Karen, and none of us made the Christmas light ride tonight. So, oh man, we're gonna have to make it up to Tony big time. So we'll do it. Anyway, Steed 7-mile loop, figure 8. The west 5-mile loop and the east 2-mile loop is separated by basically a two-way portage. I've tried to find a way around it, and there's kind of sort of a way, but there's not an easy way to race it. And I've just decided this year not to do it. Maybe if we do this in the future, I'll have more time to work on a way to do that, because it's going to require some labor and probably building some structure and hauling it about a half mile to get it to the point. So not going to happen this year. We're going to race the 5-mile loop. The link that I just posted, the whole trail is out on the Mountain Bike Project. So I recommend everybody get Mountain Bike Project and or Trail Forks, probably both, depending on what state you're in. But Arkansas and Oklahoma both are really good with Mountain Bike Project. I've used Mountain Bike Project, New Mexico, Arkansas, Oklahoma. I think Colorado probably is a little mixture of Trail Forks and MTB Project. But those are super great apps you can put on your phone. You download the maps. And then the thing is once you have the maps on your phone and you're out on the trail and you pull it up, you don't have to have a signal because the maps are loaded on your phone, but you can still get a blue dot with no signal. So the blue dot will blue dot you on the map and tell you where you're at. That way you can tell which way to go if you have a junction. So we're going to race Lake Steed clockwise. That is actually backwards from the normal trail direction. The reason we're going to do that is because if we ride it forwards, I like it that way personally, but I'm a single speeder, so I'm used to getting off my bike. It's just kind of part of the gig. But there are at least 4 sections that you would be off the bike. And riding it backwards, to me, while I think overall it feels like there's more climbing, a lot of more low-grade, sustained, technical, hard climbing, but it's all rideable. I think it's about 90, I'd say it's about 95, 96% rideable, which is not bad, but it's hard. And there's a lot of you that'll be off the bike more than that. I mean, I say it's 96, 97% for me, but I say probably maybe 80%, for some of the newer riders. It's a really technical trail. So if you haven't pre-ridden it, I definitely recommend that you get out and do it. You need to pre-ride this, you need to prepare for this. So I'll be out here riding it and working on it. So I'll probably have it marked over Christmas, honestly. I'm going to go touch up some of the connector trails and some things out there over Christmas break. And I'll probably get the thing. I'll probably have it marked. I will. I'll probably have it marked by Christmas break. So you'll have plenty of time to come ride it. But anyway, regardless of markings or not, it's ready to go. I gave you the link, Mountain Bike Project, and I'll link directly to the West Trail. Ride it clockwise, and you're good to go. So call me if you decide to come. Bryce Bell. Let's see. Let's go up here. I had a question. I had some comments. So kind of work in reverse. David Isbell said, just hashing out the growler with Craig McIntyre, rocking. Well, I talked about you guys earlier in my I don't know that either of you were checked in yet. I haven't seen Craig check in, but I talked about in my upcoming updates or my upcoming events. I talked about the gravel growler, and so super cool event. Hey, did you guys have more information? Isabel, shoot that information to me, and I'll talk about it. I told Craig earlier. I don't know. I wouldn't mind trying to find a time to come down and do a live update from his place. So. I don't know. We'll have to talk about that and see. I'm off until January 1st. So I don't know how many Tuesdays fall in that break. So it's possibilities. So let me know. Jeremy Coleman. Let's go back up and answer your question. Jeremy Coleman asked, can Karina's his wife, can she start as a Cat 2, or does she need to race first? So good question, and the answer is no. She does not need to be. So She can. So the answer is yes. She can absolutely start as a Cat 2. I did that. Most people don't these days, but the main reason is because there's a more clear delineation between the categories, and more often new riders are new riders. They come straight in. But oftentimes there are new riders that definitely don't need to be racing Cat 3 because they have other experience. You know, they may not be a mountain biker by trade, but they come in with motocross skills, BMX skills, things like that, and they progress really quickly to 2s and then straight to 1s. So, so the thing with, the short answer is absolutely, Jeremy. You or Karina or whoever can start mountain biking as a Cat 2 and skip the 3s. And that's only in mountain biking, really. The only way that you can skip categories, I think you can skip to category 4, maybe category 3. I can't remember, in cross. Only if, I think it's category 4, you can skip straight to category 4 and skip to Cat 5 if you're a Cat 1 mountain biker. But if you're not a Cat 1 mountain biker, you can't do that. You have to start as a 5. You have to race X number of races, gain X number of points, qualify for an upgrade, then move up. Sometimes they will bump you up if you go out and annihilate the field in like 2 races. You can get someone to sign off on it, an official, someone within USA Cycling to do that. Road cycling, much more structured. Definitely, you can't do that. You start as a 5, you work your way up to a 4, and I mean, I've been stuck at a 4 for 15 years. So just because I don't do enough road racing and I'm not, it's just kind of not my thing. And I don't win enough, or I don't do enough races to upgrade to a 3. But with road racing and cross, it's a lot more strict. You kind of have to follow the rules. You have to earn points. Mountain biking, they really don't care that much. I mean, there are rules in place, but honestly, USA Cycling is just very, very lenient with mountain bikers. So, yeah, you want to start as a 2, start as a 2. I did. I've never been a 3. I've never raced a Cat 3 racing ever. Well, not in mountain biking. Cat 3 and cyclocross is a whole different animal, and I think that's what I am in cyclocross, which is why I get smashed when I do races there. Okay, let's see. Jeremy says, yes, it was technical. Yes, it was cold. It was absolutely this weekend cold. Steed was cold this weekend. So let me roll down and see if I missed anything. Dustin Easter's in the house. Dustin, what's happening? All right, Jeremy, good. I'm glad I answered your question. So Gunner Wright's in the house as well, too. Well, good deal. So we'll, yeah, Jeremy. So I think we got Jeremy's question answered. Gunner Wright's in the house. Dustin Easter's my old buddy. And we go back way far back. So glad to see he's checked in. We talked this week a little bit about Lake Steed. So, all righty, ladies and gents, 113. Last minute questions. You better get them in about the next 10 or 15 seconds. So, I don't think we're going to. So, all righty. So, we were saved from the whole early scene of. I'm going to have to go back and review that. I swear I didn't say topless. I swear I didn't say that. But I could be wrong. But we're not topless. I still have my ugly sweater on. So, there we go. With antlers. We'll close with that. So, all righty. Ladies and gents, we'll see you guys later. See you guys next week. See you out on the trail. You guys want to come ride out my way, holler. I'm going to come do some gravel my way, Steed, holler. And I'll be out doing races. See the upcoming schedule, all kinds of good stuff. Peace.